Welcome to the Powerful Komiksman podcast. This is Komiksman Jerald Dorado, and this is 40 Life Wisdom at 40. We are at number 5, and at number 5 we have Truth and Consequence. Okay, so this before we start, let me just tell you this podcast is brought to you by Miucha Lux Cakes. Okay, so that's our little vegan pastry shop online. You can order cookies, cakes, even wedding cakes, brownies, and all of those good stuff. Check out at hello.miucha on Instagram and Facebook. That's at HELLO.MIUCCIA. Okay, so check that out and try it. It's the best vegan or even non-vegan cookies and treats in town. Okay, so okay, let's go back to this 40 life wisdom at 40. Okay, so this is a series of podcast na ginawa ko dahil magpo-40 na ako, and I thought I'd share 40 things that I've learned, life lessons. I'm calling it life wisdom. At saka nagkamali ako. And the first 4 episodes, I called it life wisdoms. 'Di ba? So I uh, I I call myself a writer. So medyo asar ako sa sarili ko na I made that mistake. Wisdoms. I used to call it wisdoms kasi I thought wisdom would be the same as water, although it is parang I don't know what it's called. Parang uncountable yung noun ng wisdom, like water. But pero sa water kasi merong waters 'di ba? I thought the same rule can apply on wisdom, but apparently not upon research. So I'm revising it now on the 5th episode. Buti nahuli ko agad in episode number 5 pa lang. I would have kicked myself to alam mo yun, but I might have had to redo the podcast, all of the episodes, kung inabutan ko siya ng mga nasa 30, 35, mga basta nagpas kalahati na. Bad trip yun. But it's just a little nitpick. Anyway, let's go back to the series. 40 Life Wisdom at 40. Okay, we are at number 5. So that means there's 4 more. If you're just catching up on this part of the series, there's 4 more episodes, past previous episodes, and 35 more in the future. Okay, so watch out for that. Subscribe and follow the Powerful Comics Man podcast on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify, Apple Podcast, etc., etc. Okay, so we are at number 5. I'm calling this Truth and Consequence. But basically, this is about honesty. Basically, the title should be honest, and be honest. Make a choice based on truth, and live by it. Okay, and accept if there's a consequence on that action. Accept it, whether it's bad or good, because that is how you can maintain your honesty and integrity. This is about honesty, this is about integrity, this is about moral values, because whether you believe I think morality is not a religious thing. I'm not I've I think I've become, I would say, maybe the closest would be agnostic over the years as I grew older. I used to be a Christian, although I think the more accurate title for me would be a Christian without the belief of the divinity. But because basically my values still follow Christian teachings. It's just that I do not believe in the divinity of Christ or God and the stories of the Bible. Uh, but the same virtues that was inculcated on me since childhood developed the sense of morality in me, and that sense of morality can exist even without the divine, diba? The belief in the divine rather, and that 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 kind of moral compass, diba? Yun ang parang it's some people might say it's useless, but I especially may mga atheists akong naririnig at saka mga agnostics na parang disregards morality as something that's only connected with divinity and religion. It is I think morality, maaring mga religious people ang nag-conceptualize niyan, pero you can also call it as a natural order, 'di ba? Natural order, it's an unspoken or unwritten rule of I would say evolution, 'di ba? Kasi if you, let's say, do not kill, if you it is it is not, if you were gonna go back in caveman times, it's not good if you kill people, 'di ba? It's not good for the community kasi if you kill, if it's a small community, every member counts, 'di ba? It's only now that we are in the billions ng population ng mga tao sa mundo where sometimes you can kill off many people and not make a difference. But if you're just 30 or 50 or 10, 20 people in a tribe, a loss of one member would mean a loss in kung lalaki yan o kung hunter yan, edi nakulangan kayo ng isang hunter, 'di ba? It could deplete your supply for food. Kung farmer yan, wala kayong isang farmer. If babae yan, you lose a childbearing member of your group, 'di ba? So kung walang manganganak, edi hindi kayo dadami. And also, well, so on and so forth. Okay? And it's so I think what I'm saying is morality. Well, I'm digressing again. 'Di ba? Parang what I'm saying is, let's say magnakaw ka, 'di ba? It's not acceptable even without religion, 'di ba? Kay may relihiyon ka, sa lahat ng klase ng relihiyon, kahit agnostic ka, masamang hindi mo gusto na may magnakaw sa'yo. Hindi mo gusto na napatayin ka. Hindi mo gusto na lokohin ka. Diba? Yun yung sinasabi ko. So taking it back to truth, following truth. Well, a truth would be determined by your morals, by your values, 'di ba? What is true to you? What is ano yung tama? Kasi truth could be not just a factual truth. It could also mean what is good, what is right, and what is wrong, 'di ba? What you believe to be right or wrong. So, if you're gonna make a decision, one, make an educated guess. Make an educated decision rather, not guess. Okay, so educate yourself. That's one. Make sure na na tama yung you have considered everything na you believe is correct. Kumbaga practice the scientific method siguro, 'di ba? But then kasi you would know if uh, if you have that moral compass, then you would know if you are breaking it or not. And sometimes you have to risk, or sometimes wala kang choice na gumawa ng masama, ng hindi kaaya-ayang mga bagay. But whatever whatever choice you make, you should be able to live with the consequence. And alam mo yan, parang we're taking it too far eh. No, we're taking it to parang criminal levels eh. 'Di ba? Hindi mo kailangan pumatay ka. 'Di ba? This can also apply on little things, on everyday things na parang you gonna are you gonna resort to a white lie to your, let's say, parents or your partner, your girlfriend, boyfriend, your wife, husband, or to uh, to people, kasi pwedeng ano eh, parang you want to project something that you're not really that someone, and you are fooling, you think you are fooling the world, diba? Mga ganong bagay. And even to yourself, are you gonna make a decision, let's say, what course are you gonna take on college, or are you gonna eat this extra hamburger, diba? Are you gonna exercise or not? So you would know what you need to do, and what is good for you. Kasi sometimes people like to pretend that they don't know. Sometimes just to have conversation, or just to have uh, an ear who would listen to them. Ano yun, for social acceptance. Sometimes may ganun eh. Na parang just to you're gonna ask questions to somebody, pero what you really want to achieve lang talaga is for them to notice you, and feel care from other people, 'di ba? Because sometimes some people do not get enough caring from others, and that is quite sad, but that is the world, that is real life. So if you're gonna make, sometimes yung mga decisions mo, parang alam mo na rin naman eh, parang you can train your brain or yourself na parang, do I really need others to validate or invalidate what I think? And let's say gusto ko bang balikan yung ex mo, 'di ba? 'Di ba? Gusto mo bang mga ganyan para babalikan mo ba yung ex mo o kaya are you gonna entertain somebody na bawa a suitor, 'di ba? Nagpap or parang magpapakipot ka pa ba or hindi, mga ganun. Or you can apply this to any situation. 'Di ba? There's waga hindi aabutin tayo ng siyam-siyam if I'm gonna uh, list down all of the examples. Pero in any situation, sometimes it comes from in the form of a gut feel or sometimes alam mo talaga na let's say yun nga sa exercise. Alam mo, kumbaga mataba ka na, alam mo na nakakasama na sa health mo. Like in my case right now, I'm trying to lose weight kasi alam mo yun, I'm beginning to kumbaga sobrang taba ko na. so kaya so naapektuhan na yung blood sugar ko and all of my yung cardiac health ko may be at risk already. And alam mo yun, maybe I'm borderline diabetic. So if I can choose to eat another slice of pizza or another piece of cookie or another spoonful of rice. Pero I know na yun yung I mean sometimes alam mong hindi na dapat pero parang you get overcome with uh with a craving for something good, a craving for a delicious taste in your mouth, a craving of I mean you can apply this to anything, parang a craving of affection from somebody, a craving for sex, 'di ba? Craving for material things and or power, pwede rin 'yun, 'di ba? Or for revenge. You can apply this to a lot of things. And what I'm saying is if you're gonna if you're gonna if you're gonna choose and you even when you're aware, 'di ba? Parang alam ko naman na mataba na ako. Kakain pa rin ako ng sobra. Then I would have to live with the consequence. 'Di ba? I would have to live with the consequence na either magiging diabetic ako o aatakihin ako sa puso, mamamatay ako ng maaga, or magpapakahirap ako ngayon like what I'm doing para to lose the weight. Diba? That is my consequence for eating that extra rice. Diba? And also, this also applies to let's say your work. If you continually choose to be late or be antagonistic, kumbaga aawayin mo na nga aawayin yung boss mo or your other employees, then without being calculated in the moves, then you're gonna get ramifications. May mga giging consequence yan. Parang because sometimes there are, believe it or not, but there are people who think na sila lang yung may karapatang mang-offend ng tao 'di ba? Parang sila lang yung may karapatan na manggago at feeling nila ang galing nila doon. Tapos pag pinalagan mo sila yung biktima, 'di ba? Madaming taong ganyan. And alam mo yun, and most of the time these people are the ones who get really parang shocked. Most of the time kasi na madedevelop mo lang yung ganyan when people around you allow you to get away with that. Maybe the parents of that person parang pinapabayaan lang siya magtantrum ng magtantrum, mga ganyan. But sometimes makakahanap sila ng katapat nila. And most of the time, rare yun, may mga katapat nila, 'di ba? Kasi most of the time parang people just want to avoid conflict or do not have the fortitude to be confrontational, 'di ba? And stand up for themselves. And again, those are choices. If you are gonna stand up for something, if you think parang ginagago ka, niloloko ka, that's also that is also a choice that you have to make. Are you gonna stand up to the bully or not? And then once you once you once you make a decision, you gotta face the consequence. Na okay, parang either you shut him down or you get beat up or you get humiliated or you get praised by other people. Di ba? Because this is the iron law of the universe. Cause and effect. The law of cause and effect. Lahat ng lahat ng mga pangyayari, lahat ng mga effect, it is caused by something, by a previous action, and that's just how it goes. You can uh how you deal with consequences will determine what kind of integrity you have. We're gonna go back to the second life wisdom, number 2, be of good character, 'di ba? So a stable a person with high integrity is is a person with great character, 'di ba? Kumbaga that's how you can earn respect. Sometimes kahit talo ka, if people see that you are standing up for something, then people still respect you. A lot of MMA fighters, makikita mo ginulpi na sila, pero they kept on fighting. And alam mo yun, in effect, the fans love them. Diba? There are lots of fighters who are like that. It's not the ideal, 'di ba? The ideal position to be in, na alam mo yun, na parang ay yan yung gulpe na hindi siya tumumba, hindi siya nag-give up. Of course, if you're a fighter, you want to be remembered as somebody who became champion, who conquered the odds, 'di ba? Yun yung mas gusto mo. Pero it's still something. Respect is still respect, 'di ba? If you went toe to toe with, let's say Conor McGregor, or let's say uh Khabib or Tony Ferguson, mga ganyan. It's something. It is very admirable. Or let's say you did something heroic for your family, for your friends, or for the country, 'di ba? Si Jose Rizal, 'di ba? Pinatay siya, pero it's it's character. That is a heroic act that not a lot of people are willing to do. And 'di ba? It's kumbaga hindi lang hindi lang beg parang kumbaga parang hindi hindi require yung word Kumbaga parang it demands respect, na parang hindi nga almost extortion na parang wala kang choice, kailangan ibigay mo yung respeto. And because choosing and accepting accepting consequence is a is a respectable thing to do. And mind you, hindi lang naman masasama yung consequence eh. Kasi consequence is kind of parang parang na-associate na siya with bad things as come-uppance na parang karma yung consequence. Hindi naman eh. Parang if you make a decision, let's go back to that about to losing weight, 'di ba? If you make a decision na hindi mo nakainin yung extra rice, hindi ka na mag-extra rice and alam mo yun, then and eat healthy, then the consequence will be good. If you make this a decision na mag-save ng pera and invest, then the consequence is gonna be madami kang pera. 'Di ba? May savings ka, 'di ba? A secure future. So that's also consequence. And you need to also be able to accept that with grace. 'Di ba? Either bad or good consequence. Parang a person with great character would would accept it with grace. Na parang if you are That's why I like Conor McGregor even though ang dami siyang haters. Kumbaga, he could be annoying as fuck when he's if you're familiar with him. Pero when he wins and when he loses, he respects the opponent. He's always been like that. Na parang every action he made leading up to the fight, hindi siya it was just for show, just to attract eyes so that people would watch the fight. And at the end of the day, he respects the champion, yung fighter, because he knows what it took for them or for anyone to reach that level, what kind of sacrifices that they did. And even if he wins, that's when he wins. Parang he still gives props. When he loses, he doesn't make excuses for himself on why he lost, why kumbaga hindi niya dinidisparage yung kalaban niya. Maybe after, because if he's looking for a rematch, diba? Or the opponent trash talks him, diba? Parang he's not gonna back down on that. So yan, it's choose your choose the best, what you think is the best para mag-decide ka. Kasi sometimes if it's a complicated thing na parang let's say you're gonna stay or leave a job or a relationship, yan yung mga high consequences na na mga bagay eh. So weigh in kung ano yung pros and cons and live with your decision. 'Di ba? That's how you respect everyone around you and how you respect yourself. If you're gonna be true to what you want. And be responsible in accepting yung mga kakalabasan ng choice mo. And but then again, alam mo yun, sometimes not all choices that we make are correct. Kasi pero you would need to admit as well that you are wrong. That is another consequence. And the good thing about this is that you can try again. Diba? You can try again. But as much as possible, do what's right. Do what you think is right. Siguro yun yung be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be true to yourself and to what you think is the best. It's you're not always gonna get it right. You're not you will be wrong at times, but that's all right. But as long as your conscience is clean, that you acted for the better, not just for yourself, but to everyone involved, and alam mo yun, consequently, the whole world. So, yeah, that is the fifth life wisdom that I'm gonna share to you. And watch out for the next 30, 35 life wisdom. And they're gonna be uploaded later. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this with this series, but I hope you are enjoying. If you are, please share and follow, and if you can rate the podcast, that would be great as well. And yun, just follow the Powerful Comics Man podcast. Tell your friends about it, and thank you for listening. That's it. Powerful Comics Man podcast.